Captain, I received word. The barrister who forged my father's will has been seen at Havana.
That's worth looking into. Put on some sail! Havana is a long way from your grandfather's plantation on Black Island. Are you sure about this?
It makes sense. Granddad had a small cabin on a beach just north of the town. It's a quiet place, out of the way. When I was very young, Mama and I would go there. If I was going to hide something, that's where I would hide it.
You think the barrister has your gold there?
That coward wouldn't risk being seen for no reason. I know that. There's something there. The beach with Granddad's cabin is to the north, past the town.
This barrister seems well connected for a simple lawyer. How did your father come to know him?
For as long as I can remember, he was around our family. Even before Mama died. I never liked him. He wears a big wig, has a fake smile, and stinks of lavender.
There was a letter at Black Island that said it was him who put the redcoats on your trail.
Yes. When we find him, I mean to bring that up.
Bloody fool.
Hemos perdido a esa rata.
How do you know? I'll get you for that. Got you!
Daytime. They buried it here somewhere.
There's a spade here. That's a grand sight. There's a letter.
Show me. What? This is my mother's. Fuck. It was Papa. I got him, Mama. You tell anyone you saw me cry, and I'll bury you next to that fucking barrister.
Not a word.
So this is the new Libertalia, eh? Stinks the same as every other squat I've robbed this past year.
Oi, oi. Why the long face? You fallen in love?
With your blouse. You're welcome to Nassau, gents. Everyone is that does their fair share.
Fair share. What is this, a fucking monastery?
We was led to believe that Nassau was a place where men did as they pleased.
Save keeping others from doing the same. Aye.
Captain Thatch, as I live and breathe. What is this magnificent muzzle you've cultivated, eh?
Why fly a black flag when a black beard will do? What brings you two gents this far north?
The word is, Cuban governor himself is fixing to receive a massive gold from a nearby fort. Until then, it's just sitting there, itching to be took.
Governor Torres himself, eh? Sounds promising.
Welcome to Nassau, Captain Vane. Mr. Rackham.
Now, where can a man find a bit of rough? Do you know what I mean?
Painoso, please, watch over us.
Let's get going.
Get on that main sheet. Trim to!
Loose and trim tight. Ride the wind. Give us a song, lads. Give everything she's got.
The weather gauge, sir! It's turning against us!
Johnny Poker, the skip on is a roll. Do it, Johnny Poker, do. Oh, do me, Johnny Poker, the British never sold. Do me, Johnny Poker, do. Oh, do me, Johnny Poker, the bosun is a tailor. Do me, Johnny Poker, do.
Set her back.
Oh, do me, Johnny Poker, we'll all go on a jamboree. Do me, Johnny Poker, do. Oh, do me, Johnny
Fast
Poker,
as you dare.
the packet is a rolling. Do me, Johnny Poker, do.
So, what'll you do with your share of the gold we take from Governor Torres? Return to Africa, prince among men?
I cannot return to a place I've never been. I was born in Trinidad, a slave from my first breath.
Ah. But wouldn't you feel, I don't know, more welcome there?
As you might feel more welcome in Paris.
Fair point.
With this skin and this voice, where can I go in the world and feel at ease? This country here is my best chance. This country called Jackdaw, where I know the names of all citizens and they know mine, and we work together. Not always out of love, but to keep our country afloat.
I think I understand ye. Let's take her then. For the citizens of Jackdaw! Loose some sail, we move!
Fire on your mark!
Get the tops and royals down!
Loose all! Party line!
Calm her down.
Lay aloft! Burn you slugs!
There's only one tower left. Fire! Scatter yourselves! Who's up? Fire! Let pull them in with a will!
Taking the fort.
To play.
El sueldo de un mes a quien mate a ese capitán pirata.
Silence their leader, and the soldiers will yield!
flat.
To see an old friend.
No matarías a un hombre indefenso, ¿verdad?
Well, hello, Your Excellency. I'd got word you might be here.
I know your face, pirate, but your name was borrowed the last time we spoke.
Ah, yes, I recall. Mr. Duncan Walpole. I missed that one. So, what's a Templar Grand Master doing so far from his Castillo?
I'd rather not say.
And I'd rather not cut your lips off and feed him to you.
2 years ago, we offered a reward for the sage's recapture. Today, someone claims to have found him. This gold is his ransom.
Who found him?
A slaver by the name of Lawrence Prince. He lives in Kingston.
We like this story, Torres. And we want to help you finish it. But we're going to do it our way. Using you and your gold.
The quartermaster's looking for you, Captain.
The jackdaw looks a sight better now. Hey, Captain.
The more holds, the higher the profit.
Up the shrouds, lads!
Get up
We
those
sail!
shrouds, let's move!
Stunsails! Use all the wind you can!
Check those royals!
A song! Give everything she's got!
Onward, lads! Fortune beckons!
Captain, we have no guarantees that Torres will honor his end of the deal.
He hasn't a choice. We've made sure of it.
When we dock, I'll make my rounds. Get a feel for the place.
Fine. I'll see you in the market when you've done.
Those stores should be brimming with cargo.
Here's how it goes. Torres meets with Prince, carrying a portion of the ransom, saying the rest is close behind. When we see the sage, you bring in the rest of the gold, make the swap, and get out. I'll be watching all from close by.
No, Kenway, you run this scheme alone, at the risk of losing the faith of your crew. It makes me ill to think of you bartering with that wretched slaver.
Come on, mate. Once we have the sage, we'll all be rich.
Not if young Master Kid gets to him first.
Kid? Jesus. That lad's here to kill him.
Edward! What the hell are you doing here?
Kid, hold off for God's sake. I'm here for the sage, and I need Prince alive.
I'm headed for Prin's yard. He's holding an auction. The sage you care so much about might be there. Follow me.
If this is one of your tricks, take care. I have some of my own.
No tricks, Edward. Just a simple, honest stab to Lauren Prince's heart.
Tell me, why are your lot so desperate to kill that old man?
He steals lives and hawks them to the highest bidder.
Your kind take lives as well.
It's not the same. Removing him from this world grants freedom and justice to many. We're nearing the yard. Watch for guards.
I'll hunt for signs of Roberts.
We're too late. The auction is over. Prince is gone.
There still might be something here that could lead us to him. I'll search the yard.
Fine. Some of Prince's men are headed for the cemetery. I'll make my way there.
If you find them, don't kill them. Not yet. I need Roberts alive, kid.
No promises.
Enough. I don't know your friend.
She had a set of white teeth that shine when she smiled. Please, she hasn't been the same since her son was sent away.
Ah, that one. Yeah, we buried her. She's gone.
Oh, God!
Hey,
Prince is not a kind master. I hope the sage still survives.
Who?
A messenger boy brought another letter for Mr. Prince.
You didn't leave it on the table again, did you? He likes them to be hand-delivered.
I'm a member of His Majesty's Royal Navy, not a postman.
It mentions Roberts, but little else. Maybe Kid could make sense of it. I found a letter to Prince that makes mention of Roberts. Not much to go on.
Prince and Torres might reveal more themselves. They're heading this way. Come now, stay out of sight.
How long has it been since our last meeting, Senor Prince? A year?
Near 18 months. You first described this Roberts fellow to me in November of 1715.
Ah, see. Much has changed in that short time, you know. None call me governor, for instance, for I quit that post last year.
Ah, I was not aware.
So many churches in Kingston. Have the English at last taken to converting their slaves to the Christian faith?
Convert them. God knows, Torres, there's none here so foolish as that.
Foolish? How do you mean?
Is it not a sin to enslave a fellow Christian? Therefore, to transmute a slave's soul from animal to man would be tantamount to inviting one's cattle to the dinner table.
I find your bearing appalling, Prince. I believe all thinking, feeling men deserve respect and opportunity.
Opportunity is what my auction presented. 18 slaves sold and more to be shown tomorrow. The profits of slavery outweigh the petty arguments against it.
In the short term, it makes us money, see. But in the long term, it will render us the victims of our own success.
Ah, but you and I, sir, old as we are, will not live to see that unfortunate day. So why bother?
Now's the time.
No. Not until we see the sage.
Here's a quiet spot. I'll see the money.
This is a portion of the ransom. The rest is close at hand.
It pains me to traffic a man of my own race for profit, Mr. Torres. Tell me again, what has this Roberts fellow done to upset you?
Is this some form of Protestant piety I'm not familiar with?
Perhaps another day.
What?
Next time, see to it that we are not followed. Deal with this!
I don't suppose you'd like to talk about this. I thought not.
You cocked up my kill, Kenway.
For a better cause.
For that.
Let off his escape! Ah, cold-blooded killer!
You lost your chance, man. I'm going after Prince.
Kid, no! Jim, stop!
Not this time, Kenway.
Come on, man! We can work this together!
You had your chance.
Stay your blade, kid! Wait!
Complications your greed stirs. They'll bring you to grief in the end.
I didn't take you for a moralist.
Morality's got naught to do with it. It's natural law, like night follows day. Coin's not a real purpose for living, Kenway.
And your creed is, I suppose.
You know my answer. Don't you dare stop me. I've lost sight of them now. If I lose this chance, it will be on your account. Damn you, old scratch! Keep your natty hands off me!
I can't let you kill those men, kid. Not until I found the sage.
I've been stalking that pig for a week now, charting his moves, and here I find not one but two of my targets, and you rob me of both.
Patience, man. You'll have your kills.
When I locate the sage, you're helping me take Prince. Got that?
What are you playing at, kid?
No games. Come on.
You try my patience, mate.
Mr. Prince has himself a fresh haul. Sort of by the docks. They look fearful, but thankful.
I'm glad for it. When his stable grows, so does this town.
Wouldn't you prefer meeting in a pub?
I came to Kingston chasing a target. Getting pissed ain't a priority.
We could work together on this, you know. It's Lawrence Prince you're after. I want his prisoner.
We're after the sage as well, Edward. Careful who you cross.
May the best man win.
There's guards patrolling that property from end to end. Looks to me like they use bells to signal trouble. See there? We'll want to disable those before pushing too far. With so many men about, we can't rely on stealth alone, so... I'll do what I can to distract and draw their attention, giving you a chance to cut them down. Ready?
Your name's not James, is it?
Not most days. Come on. If you see Prince before I do, kill him, and there'll be a bit of coin in it for you. All right?
Damn, man. How is it you're a woman?
Christ, Edward. Is that something that needs explaining? Now, I'm here to do a job. I'll let you be amused later.
You hear that? On your guard.
One down.
Spanish fella meant to come up here for a visit. Torres or something.
You didn't hear what happened? He was attacked by a couple of brigands on his way here. Buccaneers or the like. A nasty business.
Oh, Jesus. Is he all right?
Slipped away from what I heard. Prince ain't too happy neither.
Oh, who said life were fair?
I'll cave your skull in.
Escapado! Serio! Gotcha, you pirate! Attack!
Not good enough.
One bloody loose!
You mousy in your little hole. Check that side. Can't bloody well hide from me, you pillock.
Now, one of you monsters better tell me what happens.
Piss on it. Let's get back.
What?
Good God-fearing woman!
Only one left.
Where is Master Prince? Hasn't come out of his manor all day.
Still reeling from the attack.
Well, he could be anywhere.
Still reeling from the attack yesterday. Caused them quite a fright from what I can tell.
Well, it would, wouldn't it? Imagine that.
A little rain never hurts.
That's it. Now to be done with this wretched place.
There! Double top!
Oh, shit! The alarm's been broken. Little snake could be in here.
Short work of you!
Halt!
Stand your ground!
Please, I've been shot. I need aid.
Christ, Thompson, look at her. She's hurt.
Dreadfully, sir. I'm poorly.
All right.
And faint.
Take an arm, lass.
Bless you, lads.
Haven't the foggiest where they're holding Roberts, but Prince is surely about.
Let's split up. Cover more ground.
prince says to keep your eyes peeled tonight. Says there's some men...
What?
I offered you work, boy, a purpose beyond your station, and you cast it aside.
Master, please, it was a mistake.
My cargo is rotten. Dispose of it.
Yes, sir.
Where? The mistake was mine. I knew better. It is beyond my means to transmute a slave soul from animal to man. It would be tantamount to inviting one's cattle to the dinner table. I was foolish to try. I am not like the Spaniards, whose long ties to the Moors have diluted their blood and softened their hearts. There's no equality of races or sexes. Men of industry with talent and intelligence should lead. It is the natural order. One cannot change it. Like a leering crow, to see an old man suffer.
You've caused no small portion of suffering yourself, Mr. Prince. Retribution, I suppose.
You absurd cutthroats and your precious philosophy. You live in the world, but you cannot make it move.
You mistake my motive, old man. I'm only after a bit of coin.
As was I, lad. As was I.
Heads up, Kenway! I found your man!
I remember you. The Templar from Havana.
I'm no Templar, mate. That was just a ruse. We've come here to save your ass from this slaver.
Save me? I work for Mr. Prince.
Well, then he's a poor man to call master. He meant to sell you out to the Templars.
Oh, you can't trust anyone, it seems.
Roberts!
Let's move, Kenway! Run!
Lost your man again, did you?
Aye. Roberts is a devil with a queer aversion to kindness. I suppose that's 2 men I've lost today. So, what's your real name, lass?
Mary Reed to my mum. And them I call friends. But not a word of it to anyone. Or I'll unman you as well. Care for another climb?
Climbed enough for a lifetime. But what's one more?
That's the spirit. It's quiet here. No one looks up.
I would have preferred a tavern, if I'm honest.
Of course. We've naught to drink. Why'd you go on the account, Edward? Did you never think to join the King's Navy? Live an honest life? What's funny?
My wife said the same before I left.
Well, does this wife have a name?
Caroline.
Pretty. You paid her no heed, of course.
What sort of life would I have laboring for the Navy or shearing sheep? I wanted more. The chance at a fortune. A decent life.
And what did she want? Your wife?
She just wanted us to be together. But she'll be glad when I return with pockets heavy with coin. And I can give her the life she deserves.
Your wife loved you poor. And you left her for the scant hope of getting rich. You go on now, Edward. I'll stay here a while. Contemplate the foolishness of men.
Another?
A rum flip this time.
And where'd I find fresh eggs in this wretched town? There's little else but piss and insects.
Aye, we're working on that.
Dear lady, what do they call you?
And when they're sober, a jilt when they're sauced, but never lady.
Well, good Leanne, bollocks.
Bag of shite! Do you hear me? It's a bag of bloody shite! It's a ruse to keep us soft before they attack Nassau. You'll see, mark me.
It's no ruse, Ving. I heard it straight from the mouth of a greasy Bermudan captain. There's a pardon on offer for any pirate that wants it.
Ruse or no, I think it's plain the British may return to Nassau with arms, no doubt. We'll need a plan.
Walk with us, can we? There's trouble brewing.
In the absence of any clear ideas, I say we lay low. No piracies and no violence. Do nothing to ruffle the king's feathers for now.
Preserving the king's plumage is no concern of mine, Ben.
It will be when he sends his soldiers to scrub this island clean of our residue. Look around you, man. Is this cesspool worth dying for?
Aye. It's our republic. Our idea. A free land for free men, remember? So maybe it's filthy to look at. But ain't it still an idea worth fighting for?
I can't be sure. But when I look on the fruits of our years of labor, all I see is sickness, idleness, idiocy.
Not a sunbeam of difference between here and London, then, eh?
Thatch is right, man. Taking a wide view, we're not doing so bad out here. There's sun, rum, and leisure as far as the eye can see.
Aye. Nassau may look fine from a distance, but at its core, there's a disease I cannot stomach.
Sickness can be cured, Ben. If only you have the right medicine.
But a corpse cannot be reanimated.
I can't believe the shite I'm hearing drop from your lips. Why not take the pardon now and be done with it?
Peace, both of you. We can satisfy both aims if we work together. Find medicines to ease our burdens here, but in a way that don't attract the British.
I wager the nearest doctor is sitting pretty in Havana. Not a place I mean to go.
But the Spanish fleet that sunk 2 years back would have some medicine. All sealed up in glass vials.
You'd need a diving bell to reach those depths.
Aye, and with some coin and a few supplies, a diving bell won't be hard to come by.
This is a plan I can stand behind. Find medicines without stirring up trouble. Agreed, Thatch?
Agreed. Aye. I'll meet you near the wrecks as soon as you're able, Kenway.
Remember, Thatch! Keep your cannons corked!
Piss off, Ben!
A diving bell will cost a pretty penny. Ade might know another way.
Edward, is there any news?
Saw you chewing the fat with Hornigold and Thatch. Rather heated, it seems.
Nah, not so bad as that. We're only dreaming up remedies for keeping Nassau in tip-top shape.
Any good ones?
Aye. The best of them being we purchase ourselves a diving bell, and then go diving for medicines off the Florida coast.
It's a long shot, that one.
Might be. But think on what else we might find with a diving bell on the jackdaw.
A fair point. There's a camp of freebooters in the south of Nassau. All of them taking the pardon.
There's no accounting for cowardice, is there?
I heard tell that they just came into possession of a bell themselves.
Did they? Well, with them taking the pardon, they won't be needing that.
I'm thinking the same.
I don't think we're going to get much of a welcome.
That's all right, mate. It's not a friendly visit.
Hey, the riddle that promises treasure? I heard someone figured it already and took their reward.
The whole thing was a fool's fantasy. Look at Nassau now. Naught but piss, palsy, and rat shit.
I'll be happy to take the pardon if the crowd slowly will forget my crimes.
That's the gamble I'm taking.
Adewale was right. The bell is here.
Am I seeing things? Bloody hell. Almost had the sod.
Give off, mate! You're hooked!
Hey, shake! Mine, Carl!
This'll do.
Thatch will be wondering where I am.
The bell is prepared and below deck. It's in good repair, I reckon. Better than I expected.
Let's hope for no surprises when we use it.
Say there are no medicines down there.
Then we're out of options, mate.
I don't expect the others will be happy to hear it.
Aye. And who knows what Thatch would do? The man's wound tighter than a mainspring already. Best not to think on it.
Trim as near the wind as you dare.
Aloft, lads! Check those royals!
Give everything she's got. All right, Jack, sing.
Oh, Billy
Shipwreck
Riley,
survivor.
Oh, Billy Riley, 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 master of the trouble.
Devil in his hole, Thatch. This is a darling galley. 32 guns, is it?
I lost count at 40.
You've stepped up a rung. So, any luck finding medicines here?
Nothing round this spot, sadly. But there's a few wrecks yonder that ain't been scoured by nothing but crabs and coral.
I'll have a look.
Edward? Edward, is that you? My goodness, the West Indies is a compact place.
Hello, Bonnet. A surprise seeing you out here?
I met Mr. Thatcher a month or so ago, and he offered to take me under his yardarms, so to speak. Says I must wash the hayseed from my hair before I'm a true pirate.
Well, good luck to you then. Worse men have become better under Blackbeard's watch.
We need to budge.
Ahoy! Any luck?
I found one crate hidden beneath a school of sharks. Sadly, the elixir inside is quite spoilt.
Plague and perish. Will we steal medicines now?
Remember the pardon, Thatch. We're to be subtle.
Says Ornagold, a pirate, now too proud to call himself one.
He prefers caution to cannons.
Caution's nothing without charisma. Or if a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
And would you be the devil?
Or an audience. Aye. It's all a big show. Give your quarry something to fear. Some hellish thing from a fever dream. And men will drop to their knees, pleading for their lord before all else.
Oh, God.
It looks fine.
Of course it does. You can find a quiet way to acquire medicines. Tell me soon. Otherwise, I'll handle it myself.
We need to get to that medicine.
And if the medicine can't be found, what then?
We keep looking.